How's it going, everybody? It's TableTakes with Gen Con TV. Thanks for joining us again. This is the second TableTakes of the year 2022. And sadly, it is one of the few remaining episodes that we have left. Because if you haven't heard already, Gen Con TV has made the decision to cut back on some of our streaming, well, all of our streaming that doesn't directly talk about Gen Con stuff. So you're gonna unfortunately have to say goodbye to us for a little while. We're going on hiatus, but that doesn't mean we won't be coming back. There's a pretty good chance that we'll be seeing you again soon. Yeah, I think we got a couple more episodes left, so I hope you folks decide to stick around and watch us for all of it. Anyway, we don't have Isabella today, sadly. Sorry, Isabella. Hope you're watching at home. Hope you're recovering well from your surgery. We'll get well soon. And we're happy to have, once again, our recurring host, Bonsai. Thank you for being here, Bonsai, and thank you for having me as well. And Noir, our guest of the week.
Yes, that's me.
Thank you for coming back once again. This is like your third in a row, isn't it?
I know, right? I think that might have something to do with why they decided to stop.
Oh.
They were like, this guy. No.
Everybody, we love Noir. You always bring some nice spice, some spice out of nowhere. It's like, hello, spice in the face.
We definitely need
mistakes have been made. I'm just excited to be here. Yeah, I've had a pretty chill week for the most part. I do have to say that I wish Isabella were here because now there's nobody to stop me from delivering all of the Timothy Chalamet slander.
Oh no!
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Oh, we talking wild spicy about Tim Chalamet.
No, wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
Don't go after my beautiful bird boy. He's precious. We need to protect him.
He's so twiggy.
He's mine. Don't you come after him. There you go. I was channeling Isabella at the time, so I defended it just a little bit. But then I also think he's a little too skinny.
Yeah, he was the worst part of Duke. What you gonna do about it?
Because Post Malone was like, we don't get rid of
those shallow moves off of me.
The things Isabella has to deal with. I mean, goodness.
Get that shallow move off of me.
Oh man.
I think the next time we need to have just more Post Malone on screen.
Izzy, I hope you're watching it. I hope you recover soon. You to come back next week. Please come back. Okay. So let's get started. Bonsai, what have you been up to this week? How was your week?
It's actually pretty good. I just stayed at home again just in case because I felt like I was getting sick. So I was like, the world is disgusting and I'm going to share my own disgustingness with myself and just stay home. But also, which is a very bad thing to announce, that I also finalized my plans to go to Spain after I just said I was. But now I'm cured. I'm better.
Oh, good. Okay.
But yeah, I'm finalizing my plan, finally pulling the trigger. I'm going to go take the trip to Spain in April, hopefully. I mean, I got the insurance in case like I need to pull back, be like, oh, virus. But yeah, I'm going to be planning on taking the hike of Camino de Santiago, which is like a pilgrimage walk. No, I'm not religious, but it's just really cool. I actually kind of got in an argument with my mom this weekend because I was telling her and she's like, yeah, I know I'm not religious. She's like, yes, you are. You're Catholic. I'm like,
oh my.
You thought.
She's like, you go to church when I ask you to. I'm like, yeah, when I visit, because I'm not going to say no to mom. I believe in a higher power. Yes. And she's like, yeah, you're religious. You're religious. Don't say you're not. And I was like, oh, okay. That was an experience. So yeah, that's fun.
So are you religious or?
No.
You better be.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Don't tell my mom because she's gonna
I'm telling out. Your mom.
I'm gonna no, don't tell her. I'll tell her, look, I got D&D Bible. Look at D&D.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes. Good. Okay, so you backed it? So you backed the Adventures in the Bible for 5th edition?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Okay, good, great. Okay, sweet. So we can all go on a Bible adventure together. And we can invite your mom. She'll be thrilled.
You know how hard it is for me not to make a comment on that D&D Bible thing. It's been killing me since it came out.
Oh, no, you're not like a Satan worshiper or something, are you?
I mean, I don't know why I would be. Seems like a swell guy.
Noir,
Cool
you know how devoutly Christian Bonsai and I are. You can't. I don't know. If we should have
First off, you can tell we're going off the air because we wilding. I was supposed to be like, first off, Satan can accessorize way better than anybody else.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let's not go down this road. Noir, how's your week been?
My week's been interesting. We've got we're going to be filming Into the Sunset again. That's my TTRPG actual play with Persephorath, Brito, Sam DeLev, Britton Lee Mulligan, KP. Very excited for that. We got together for a little bit of a session zero, and the you ever sit at a table, you just feel the vibes all the way around. That's what that was like. Awesome. And then for the rest of my week, I just literally pulled up every Timothy Chalamet movie and just booed it.
Oh. Wow.
During the whole runtime.
Were you like sitting with your partner and just like booing at the screen together?
Absolutely. I recorded. It's about 8.5 hours of just muffled Timothy Chalamet movie dialogue and just me booing over it. And I'm gonna send that to Isabella as
make her feel better.
Going away present.
Just more blasphemy.
What about you, Javion? What have you been doing?
Oh, I've been playing a lot of video games actually. I've just been kind of taking it slow and easy, staying at home because Omicron's out here killing everybody. So yeah, I've just been playing a lot of video games. I've been super into Inscription. Emma actually got me into Super Auto Pets. It's an auto battler with little pets, and I love the turtle so much. But it's not like a viable end game strategy to use the turtle. So it's just like, it's hard for me to keep the turtle around, but I always try. And then I've been playing way too much Minecraft for some reason. I don't know why. I'm in like 2 different servers and I've just been building tons of farms. Because that's how I play Minecraft. I will literally just I'll just play it as like an engine building game. Everybody else is like, ooh, I'm going to decorate things. I'm going to go exploring. Like, nah, I'm just going to like torture villagers into making free resources for me.
I saw you shaking your head, Noir.
I'm so glad I never got into Minecraft. It's just one of those
things. Adult Legos on a video game, okay? That's what it is. That's why I love it.
I like it. It's fun. I like following tutorials. I like watching somebody do something and then just copying them one for one and then being able to like pat myself on the back like, you did it perfectly. Good job. You followed the instructions. It's Legos. Anyway, so that's what we've all been up to. But let's find out what the board game industry's been up to, because we're going straight into headlines. And boy, do we have a crazy one for you to start with. Bonsai, take us to the headline.
All right, so we're going to start off with a heavy hitter first. I don't know if you've been going around or ever heard of this game called Tabletop Simulator, it kind of, everybody plays it. Well, guess what? They were under amazing fire. Basically, it blew up. This drama just blew all the way up. So basically, Berserk Games, who are in charge of Tabletop Simulator, is getting kind of criticized for their moderation stance on their global chat. So this is all brought about when a user named Zoe Allred, she ended up like getting banned and was like, hey, getting banned for basically saying I'm trans and part of the LGBTQ community or gay queer community, and they're like, hey, why did I get banned? And basically when Zoe tried to get clarification of the reason, she was told that it violated unspecific rules in global chat. And as she tried to get more and more details, basically one of the mods said that it is like, they want to be family friendly or family oriented, and so they try to keep things like sexuality, politics and stuff out of it, and it's disallowed. But to do like, you can go ahead. It's a very long Google thread that Zoe went and did more research in. She basically went in, made separate accounts, posing as different people, saying the same statements, but being either, cisgender, just straight, and then alternately seeing what would happen if they claimed to be gay or any other points. But yes, so basically what they found is that broadly it seems like part of poorly implemented policies to avoid trolling and hate speech against gay and trans people in global chat. Basically it just contextually it's just very inappropriate how a lot of things sound. And when Zoe, like when she posted all of her findings, like a 20-page Google document, you can go ahead and read it along with a huge Twitter thread that goes around. Of course, there's reaction on both sides of the community, basically coming in saying like, hey, people downvoting it because they didn't like how it was handled, people upvoting it because they were being bigots. So it's a two-sided on note, at least in my opinion. I feel like Zoe gave a lot of credit to them, and there's some points you can understand of why they would kind of get it, and it's just like a lot of things were just missaid. But I feel like also Zoe is maybe giving them too much credit, and this is my personal opinion. I feel like she's too forgiving in many ways, but I understand her arguments about it. And Tabletop Simulator did come back with a apology, but a lot of people are saying that apology is necessarily not even enough. You can form your own opinions about it. It's just very, very messy, and in my opinion, global chat is always toxic.
Yeah.
And why would you have, like, I get it, you want people to connect, but a lot of times when you let the internet say whatever they want, it's going to be bad.
But it sounds like their policy was just don't talk about anything at all, and nobody will have anything to say to you about it, which is an interesting way to go about it. But it sounds like they didn't have like a community manager who would like take, I don't know, precautions or, jump into chat whenever things were getting a little too offsides or something, which might have been a good idea.
This just kind of reeks of that kind of stupid corporate both side isms where it's just like we have to be reasonable and stay in the middle, but one person is talking about their lived experience and the other side of it is just upset that people live that experience. You can't play both sides with somebody that's intolerable of somebody's existence. That's kind of like it's very dumb, and it's something that a lot of these tech companies do often. I know, for example, one particular shirt making company doesn't allow you to put things like favorite enemy turfs, which I'm still salty about. Because they don't let the word turf be used, and it's kind of that same thing where like Twitch is freaking out about people saying the word cracker, and it's just it's you've got to take into full consideration the historical and societal context of what is being said and how it's being said, and you've got to do the extra work to moderate it on that basis. You can't just flip a switch and then go, this is not allowed, because that's literally muting a part of what somebody is. But that's just my rant on the matter.
No, that's a valid point, because this isn't a, by the way, they found out that this isn't a bot thing that happens. Somebody's going in and just bopping people who mention this, which is terrible, because you give the floor to a lot of people, of course, who are in the general majority, which is like straight and cis presenting. But if you try to do a blanket statement, a lot of people who want to reach out and say, hey, this is my experience being trans, this is my experience being gay, they get erased because of potential without reading the context, right? Like Noir was saying.
Fonse, can you just remind me one more time, what is Berserk Games actually trying to do?
So what they did was basically first Berserk Game announces that they're temporarily be removing global chat. So right now, if you go on Tabletop Simulator, there is no global chat, and they're going to be restructuring their moderation policies and practices. Currently, all the Steam reviews before the statement has Zoe's statement that has gone viral has been saved, but anything afterwards has been purged because it's basically a mess. It was like a review bomb mess, and both and they're just, I don't know. I feel like they've just been taking it out and trying to clean up what happened. They say that they really want to go ahead and make this a global chat that's safe for people to talk about. And I feel like, for my opinion, I feel like global chat probably doesn't need to be a thing, but that's maybe my opinion. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but.
Sure. Well, it's tough. I can tell from their position, they came to a decision that maybe not a lot of people were super into. I think now, it sounds like damage control to me. It sounds like we fucked up, we realized it, but doesn't I don't see anything about like a public apology. I don't really see about what they're trying to do to, help the people that have been hurt by it. It just seems like they're trying to stop the problem and move on. You know what I mean?
I mean, and this is particularly difficult for the community because with everything going on the way that it is right now, a lot of us have been using Tabletop Simulator to connect with each other, and this is going to be something that is not easily walked away from by a lot of people. So I would love for them to get this right. I would love for them to figure out how to make amends properly. But
Yeah, it's yep.
Well,
I mean, that's how it is.
That's how it is. Okay, well, that's going to do it for that discussion. We're going to move on now to talking about something a little bit more lighthearted. Magic Game Day is going to be from, it's scheduled to be actually 2 days, March 5th and 6th. So, for those of you who may not know what Magic Game Day is, it's basically a way for folks who play Magic the Gathering to sort of celebrate Magic the Gathering in their local game store. So, if you're not already doing that by going to the regular events, there's some extra incentive in the first week of March to do so because you get access to a lot of promos that you wouldn't have before. So the game stores themselves can choose how they want to run, which events they want to run for game day, but options are available as standard, sealed, or draft format. These events are timed Swiss round tournaments, so people are going to be actually competing for prizes, and eventually you get to a top 8, and everybody who's registered gets a consider promo, but the Atsushi Blazing Sky promo is only given to the winner. And the top 8 also get a Fateful Absence promo. So this is pretty cool. A lot of people were excited about Magic this year already, but this just gives a little bit extra stuff for people to get excited about for Magic the Gathering. So if you have access to a game store that runs Magic the Gathering events, or if you are aware of a game store that might be looking to start some Magic stuff, hopefully, the pandemic will, or at least, this big spike, this big wave that we're seeing with Omicron will have died down enough that it's actually safe to go out. But if you find out that, your game store has the correct precautions in place and you want to go out and play some Magic Gathering, there's some really exclusive promos that you can get access to. And there's a lot of different event types too. So if you are like me and you get a little intimidated by different tournament formats for Magic the Gathering, sealed is really easy to get into. It's not as competitive because a lot of the stuff is just like at the store. But if you like that highly competitive play, you can actually play standard and still get access to those cool promos. I bet I'm willing to bet that you can even get into different tournaments and get access to as many of those promos as you want. So not much to say about that. It's just Magic Game Day, and you're going to see that in March 5th and 6th. Okay.
Ooh.
Bonsai. You've got a really exciting headline to talk about today. What do we got?
Well, we got, all right, for all of those people that love throwing money at independent creators, I got some cool things. You know about this thing called Zines? I don't know if you know it. It's about like people making small, like 1 page to small, like role play games for folks. Happens every month, usually around February. Well, things are shaking up this year because the Kickstarter's director of games, Anna Combs, officially announced on January 5th that they're going to be shifting the year of Zine Quest to August instead of the regular February to coincide with, of course, Gen Con. Woo! Kickstarter noted that the reason why they're coinciding it with Gen Con event itself is because they noticed that when especially large projects get launched on Kickstarter, a lot of people tend to go there and spend money on the large projects, and then it trickles down to the smaller projects because people are like, ooh, this looks interesting. I'll go throw money at them because I'm already dropping money on this project. So they want to go ahead and for what they explained, they want to put more money into the hands of creators and have them have more of a chance to get spotted, to get viewed. But being that they announced it a month ahead of before you would usually put the Zine Quest, people got really upset about it. They're like, wait, no, I like my routine. How dare you? Basically there has been a rogue group that has separated because of this announcement. That they're going to be, it's a combination of a lot of frustrations for a lot of these creators. A lot of people, of course, plan their whole year to launch their zines on this month so they can get funding for XYZ. You know, a lot of people schedule this as a time to kind of recuperate funds, and having that pulled away from them is like jarring because they, you know, if you're going to announce something different, a lot of people like maybe 6 months in advance versus just kind of like out of the blue, boop, we're changing plans. Some folks have spawned a digital event off of Kickstarter and calling it Zine Month instead, because of the frustrations on not just with the late announcement, but of course, like we talked about last stream ago about the blockchain announcement that Kickstarter has started and how a lot of people are just not happy with the idea of blockchains.
Yeah.
And
NFTs keep taking all my favorites.
Beware. So their launch of similarities. Zine Month has distinctly an anti-Kickstarter feel to it. Specifically, the event is designed to break away from the reliance on a single funding site, which is cool because, you know, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. The project listed has been on alternative sites like for notably itch.io. And then also, Noir, you're saying there's also another funding site that's coming along because of this.
Galliant Knight. They're becoming a competitor in the crowdfunding space. They seem to have a particular focus on TTRPG. So I'm very excited to see more about that, and we'll have more on that for you as they mature and kind of grow into their own. I'm kind of hoping it's something that could stand toe to toe with Kickstarter, especially in regards to crowdfunding for our hobby, because NFTs keep killing my favorites.
So Gallant Knight, they
those
did
monkey drawings.
The monkeys.
That's what they are, the monkey drawings. It's
the really ugly, weird NFTs.
Sorry.
So weird. But Gallant Knight does the Tiny Dungeon and Tiny Supers and Tiny Frontiers, Tiny D6 games. I love those games. And you said that they're doing their own Kickstarting thing?
Yeah, they're making their own variant of Kickstarter.
Wow.
So
RPG focused. That's so cool.
That's gonna be really cool.
Man, all right, I'm gonna keep my eye open for that. But as far as Zine Month goes, so it sounds like it's a whole month instead of just a couple of weeks.
A week, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
gotcha.
the Rebel Breakaway group that says no longer shall we bow down to Kickstarter overlords, and we're making our own breakaway kind of thing. So it honestly, I like the idea of like somebody loving something so much, especially something that like gives money to those people who normally can't get a lot of funding to break away and have a whole month dedicated. But we're just gonna have 2 zine months. That's great. More love for the zines.
I remember when we were talking about zines, it was like my favorite parts of the Tabletake streams. We would talk about our favorite zines that we found. I remember a goblin trash zine where you would be goblins picking up trash around space and flying it to the junk planet and just going on adventures and stuff. And it was just a tiny little booklet, and you just get all the rules in it. It was so cool. I really want to see more zines because I definitely haven't spent enough money on Kickstarter.
And just as to kind of amend what I said before, it's called Gallant Funding.
Oh,
so if you want to take a look into that, highly recommend just kind of getting your eyes on it because it looks to be very early in the process of them setting this up.
Sweet.
All
right. So, Izzy's in the chat. Hello, Isabella. Hi.
Oh, so Izzy can hear me talk smack about Timothy Chalamet first. Good.
Hi, Izzy. I hope you're recovering well.
Yes, feel better.
Okay, so let's move on to our next headline. We got a little bit more spice.
All right.
Go for it.
Speaking of other things that are canceled, like Timothy Chalamet, we've got Toy Fair 2022. Just kidding. So Toy Fair New York for 2022, which is up until recently been scheduled for February 19th through the 22nd, has just been canceled. As recently as December 22nd and again on January 5th, the show organizers were doubling down and reconfirming that the show was still a go. But of course, with the rapid spread of the Omicron variant and many exhibitors withdrawing on the fence, the Toy Association was forced to announce the event's cancellation on Tuesday. And of course, I think this is a smart move. I think we should all consider chilling a bit on these cons. I've pushed my luck a little bit last year. I went to 2. But as much as I love ToyCon, again, I was talking in the green room about Toy Fair. One of my favorite things about it is like it's where you always kind of figured out a little bit more of what was going to be happening in the upcoming summer blockbusters, because like Legos would they would ritually spoil things in movies, or like Hot Toys would have here's an Iron Man in space hot toy. So is Tony Stark going to go to space? Like that's how we figured out. It is a bummer that it's canceled. But I think more things should be canceling so we can deal with this Omarion virus the right way.
Did you say Omarion?
Yeah.
Just everybody doing that icebox thing,
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, that's funny. So there's something called the Big Toy Book that usually debuts at Toy Fair, and a lot of people were concerned that they weren't going to see it. Well, they're still going to have a February release alongside the Winter 22 issue of the Pop Insider. So maybe we'll still get to see some announcements for some cool things. Maybe a couple of leaks as well.
Yes. Well, we just see more and more. Or more and more, everything's just going digital.
Digital events, I think that we need to put more of an investment, more of a focus on them. They have been extraordinary throughout the Panini, but I just think that we just need to bite the bullet and accept that digital is the way we gotta go.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to keep our eyes open. Maybe try again next year. Okay, so our next headline is concerning Warhammer 40K. So, are any wargamers out there? Some exciting news for you. Polygon article just announced a $60 subscription to Warhammer 40K miniatures. So basically, you pay this subscription fee. I believe it's is it once a year? I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's a once a quarter. You pay the $60 and you get a bundle of 4 issues of magazines that you actually get a binder that you can buy. It's about $10. You keep all of those magazine issues and you can start collecting all of the different magazine issues. You get Space Marines, Necrons, paints, brushes, and instructions to go with all of the information that comes in the magazine. And you get about a 40% discount uh, from if you had just bought all the miniatures together. So it's a great way to start collecting and very slowly working your way through painting some miniatures that maybe you didn't have before. And if you pay just a little bit more, about $8 more for the subscription, you get Chaos Space Marines, Tyranids, the Tau Empire, and Orc armies. So me personally, my favorite armies are always Orcs. I don't really look at basically anything else. I'm a collector when it comes to Orcs and Orcs alone. Like my first ever army for Warhammer was actually it's up here. You can't see it right now, but it's a kill team box of Orcs, and it's like I still haven't finished painting them. I got them like a couple years ago. So the subscription service sends you all of this stuff, so you don't have to visit your local game store. And it's a pretty cool way to start building up a collection. So I've seen some comments on it that were talking about things like, excuse me, talking about things like, oh well, I collect only one type of army, so I guess this subscription isn't for me. But I don't know. Like, if you start collecting a lot of this stuff over time, you start building up a lot of miniatures, and you get a big discount on them. So, I think
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool subscription. Yeah, it's monthly. It's monthly. It's $60 every month.
that's pretty good. My first army was a Dark Angels army.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then I realized how expensive the hobby was, and then I
Yeah.
immediately stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty hefty. I mean, $60 a month, but at least now you don't have to like go into the store, look at the big wall of miniatures, decide, oh God, which one do I want? Or oh, they're all sold out of the thing that I want.
I mean, if you're not gonna go to the store, where are you playing though? I guess you play at your house.
You could just collect the things. They're nice. Yeah. And then also, yeah, you play with your friends when you have those like huge. I had a friend who had a dedicated like Warhammer like basement with like a table set up and all the figurines. They're the type of people who like carried around their figurines in like the case. You know what I'm talking about? The case.
Yeah, I know the
stuff.
case is
the case. It's an expensive hobby.
It is. It's super expensive.
We say that, but like Javion has like all the board games in the
back.
I mean, you guys, your Funko in the background, your cosplay outfits noir right there in the background. So are we really?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
I mean, speaking of choosing armies, what side are you guys on? The Vantalord or the Rogues?
I just blacked out for a second. I have no idea what you just said to me. What are you talking about?
The one with the bigger guns. Yeah, sure. I also gave this Warhammer things. Big tanks, space marines. I do the things. Am I doing it right?
You're doing great.
The nuns with the guns. The nuns
yeah. Oh man, that's my favorite army.
Yeah, nuns with guns.
Okay, speaking of hordes, sweeping the nation is a pandemic that we're in, but maybe a lot of you have been having some fun in a digital version of what's been going on in the world. We got some sad news for you. I believe Noir, you were going to talk about this one.
Breaking news. Pandemic's digital version removed from all stores, but publishers won't say why. it was noticed this week that the digital version of Pandemic has been getting pulled from digital storefronts all over. The Android, Apple, and Steam stores have already seen the game's removal, and Asmodee Digital confirmed to Dicebreakers that the Windows Store version would be removed on January 31st, and the Switch version would be gone at the end of July. Asmodee has not yet provided any reason for the game's removal, but some are hopeful that this is a sign that Asmodee will be releasing a fully inclusive app that adds support for all the game's expansions and variants, like their existing Catan Universe app. Right now, it's all just rumors and hope, though. The Pandemic app might simply just be gone.
Well, what's with this radio announcer voice going on here, Noir? You're like,
Look,
hey,
man.
welcome to the secret society of what's going on with the Asmodee.
Look. They're not bringing us back, so Daddy's got to get us real when he can.
There's a lot of mystery surrounding the why they took it down. I have my own working theory that, like just from what you said, they're trying to like localize it all so it's all in one place. I hope that's the case. I would really like to see that because I just got into Pandemic and I actually think it's super fun.
I just think this is just another ridiculous move by the council, you know?
Oh, the council? Whose side are you on?
Yeah, the Vantalord is just overstepping his boundaries again and just showing a display of power to prove that he can.
Still
not the road. No. Not the road. Okay, now I realize what you were talking about. Took me a few seconds. I was like, who? I was thinking it was gosh darn. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I know we're going off the rails, but I now know what you're talking about. Gosh darn. I'm on Auntie's side. Dark, then. I'm no on idea. Auntie's side. That's
Auntie's?
Auntie's side. It's
one of the sisterhood, I see.
Yeah, the sisterhood. But yes. So if you guys don't know, sorry, Javion, we're hitting you out of nowhere. This is a TikTok memes going crazy. I was trying to what Warhammer group are you talking about? Because you're talking about gosh darn Warhammer. I'm confused as all heck. And then now I know, and now I say I'm for the sisterhood. Thank you very much, sisterhood.
I'm very happy for you guys that you found a tribe, a community that you could belong to.
Long live the rogues. we bend no knee, we give no quarter.
We'll keep you guys posted if we get any more news about the digital app making a return. But for now, you're just gonna have to stick to playing in your tiny little bubble with your physical versions, or on Tabletop Sim if you can get past not having global chat.
I mean,
well, that's gonna do it for all our headlines today. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna move on to our bundle boss, or should I say bundle daddy?
Bundle boss of the house. Papa not playing no games. Let's get into it. So,
all right, Noir, go for it.
As a humble bundle partner, it brings me limitless joy to introduce you all to the bundle of holdings, Stars Without Numbers today. What is Stars Without Numbers? Well, I'm glad that you asked. It is a retro science fiction role-playing game influenced by the old school Renaissance and partially inspired by great fantasy role-playing game editions written by Tom Moldvay and Fred Omenser. The contents are compatible with most old school clones and are designed to be easily imported to your own favorite gaming systems. In addition to complete pre-made stellar sectors, Stars Without Numbers offers GMs and players the tool to create their own sandbox-style adventures in the far future. So if you want to create a galaxy far, far away of your own, go for it.
All right.
Very cool. It looks like the proceeds are going to Benzie Food Partners, a food bank serving Kevin's home country in Honor, Michigan.
Gang, so support them or else.
Okay. Wow, look at that. It's okay. You know what I say? Move out of the way, peasants, because now it's fall. The Kickstarter Regent is coming through. Goodbye, boss. You know what you need? You need to have royal blue blood in your veins like I do, Noir. I don't just go around flinging guns everywhere. I'm not a crass American. All right, I am royalty, and what we're
Oh
going
my
to be
goodness.
saying is that, you know what, I do like your spunk though, Mr. Americano, trying to transfer to become a Canadian. So I say, as Kickstarter queen, Noir, what do you have in our future for Kickstarters?
Well, we have the one, the only, the I'm gonna mess this up. I was told how to say it before, but
You got
I'm
it.
messing
You
it
got
up.
it.
Discounts.
Oh
Yeah! No.
Viscounts. Viscounts. Viscounts.
There you go. Good job.
Viscounts of the West Kingdom. Gates of Gold. So in Viscounts of the West Kingdom, Gates of Gold, people from near and far have come to see the splendor of the great city, obviously the Gates of Gold. And while most traders and laborers are eager to make a home for themselves, others seem to have more devious intentions. Can we really trust those who once attacked our walls? Do they truly desire peace? The king has sent orders, but we will decide who may stay and who may go. So it's an update of a classic game that has fans by the millions at this point. They have exceeded their original pledge goal of $15,778. They're currently at $383,986. If that's not enough to convince you to join on this wagon, I really don't know what will. There are new card types for players to add to their decks: King's Order and Outsiders. Manuscript boards for housing transcribed manuscripts and unlocking new abilities, 6 castle leaders and new building bonus cards, and to add more competition and new strategies, and more heroes, town folks, and manuscripts. So it's more of what you already clearly love. So get in on this Kickstarter while you still can. I do believe it wraps in 13 days, so jump on it.
Viscounts the West Kingdom is actually a really popular game. They have a big franchise like Paladins and Merchants and all these other things. They even have like the North Kingdom games, which is more about like raiders and like Vikings and things like that. I can see why people backed it a lot. This is just an expansion for it, but I mean, it's one of the few Kickstarters out there that has like a very recognizable IP attached to it. So, yeah, I hope some of my friends can back this one. I've already backed too many Kickstarters, like this next one.
What is this next one?
The next one is Epoch Tiles, magnetic, flippable, TTRPG tiles and terrain. Quickly elevate your D&D, TTRPG, or other acronym board game gameplay experience with Epoch's patent-pending double-sided magnetic terrain tiles. So it's already fully funded, and these ones are really, really good looking. Like I've seen a bunch of tiles that are kind of flat and sort of open it up to interpretation, like, oh, they're like wet erase or dry erase. So you can sort of customize them a little bit more. But these ones, they're double-sided. So you might have like a dungeon floor on one side or like a forest floor on the other. You get like a bunch of terrain types too and walls. So you can get like the city limits, like wooden fence gates or something like that. Or you can get like the dungeon walls and things that you're used to, trees and stone pillars and obelisks and things like that. It's really cool. Some of them are pre-painted, but a lot of them come unpainted so that you can customize them yourself if you really want to. If you have like a paint set sitting around, or you can fix them up. And they're 3 inches by 3 inches, so it fits most miniatures that can fit on 1-inch squares. Again, they're magnetic as well, so you can like snap them together pretty easily. So if there's a specific size that you're looking for, you can customize the dungeon floor to fit whatever module you're running or whatever your homebrew is. And it's also really transportable. It's very portable, so you can take it to like a game store or something like that, and it looks really, really pretty on the table. So I picked up. I backed the lowest level I possibly could because I back a lot of Kickstarters, so I try to keep myself to a limit on my budget. But this one was just too good to pass up. So yeah, these are really cool tiles. They look really good on your table, and you're going to look really professional as a DM if you bring these for your group. So yeah, I would definitely check these out if you are looking to spice up your in-person games, which I know everybody's doing so much of right now. Man, I feel like we have to like preface everything by like, COVID, but also whatever we're
This is the
talking
world
about.
we live in now.
But we got to get prepared for the time where like I still got hope that we're gonna make it to the other side of this. You gotta have stuff ready to show your friends, and a lot of people have their little bubbles where they play. I mean, I work at Raygun Lounge, and people are still showing up. A lot of people, a lot of places have the COVID precautions in place. So check out some pretty cool dungeon tiles. They're very, very cool. It has 41 days to go, so you have plenty of time to hop on it if you were on the fence. And you can still back that low level pledge if you wanted to just see where it goes. See if you want to, if you're going to be in a different place 41 days from now, financially speaking.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
I was gonna say. All right, now I want to know, Noir. What else do you have to bring to our plate? I need more delectables for my monarchy, please.
First off, you don't tell me what to do. I'm a god boss. Second, what I have for you today?
I don't know why I'm surprised anymore. I feel like I should be used to this by now, but every single time I'm just like in shock and horror when you pull that out.
I don't know what the you're talking about.
Oh my
god! For my Kickstarter, baby, we've got Final Girl Series 2. It's an immersive solitary horror board gaming experience now with all new content. They use their new feature film system to put you in all sorts of different scenarios with different villains and characters to play. The core book, when combined with one of our feature film boxes, has everything that you're going to need to play the game. Each feature film box features a unique killer and an iconic location, and the more feature films you have, the more killer location combinations you can make. And each feature film box is double-sided with amazingly illustrated covers from front to back. So not only that, but the magnetically attached box covers are removable with reverse of each functioning as the killer and location boards respectfully. So what kind of monsters are you going to get in Final Girl Season 2? How about the Evil Morph, which is nothing like a Xenomorph, but a little bit kind of is.
It's purple. It's purple. It's different.
Yeah,
it's technically different. You know what's up. You get to play as the heroes Ellen or Jeanette, which are exactly the characters you think they are. Or how about the Organism, which is totally not the thing. You get to play as either Kate or Uki. Next, we have the Intruders, which is not the Strangers. You get to play as Ava or Jenny. And then there's the Big Bad Wolf, which
it's his completely original IP. It's specific to
it's open. It's open, like the original Pooh Bear. It's open for everybody.
Yeah. It's just a Big Bad Wolf. And you get to play as either Red or Gretel.
Okay, actually, now I'm starting to think that maybe it has something to do with the Grimm fairy tales, like Red Riding Hood, or like
I don't know. How about the Ratchet Lady, which is definitely not a Silent Hill nun? You get to play as Heather or Veronica.
Okay.
And don't forget about Series 1 films. They had amazing villains too, like totally not Willy Wonka.
Oh my gosh. They have a lot of content. Jeez.
Yeah, they do. It's awesome.
There's also a comic book series, I believe, with Final Girl as well, and a TV series. But they're all legally distinct. They use the name Final Girl, but I think they're all different things.
Yeah, and they came in with an original pledge of $100,000, and right now they're at $1,045,419. So, congrats.
To be fair, the artwork's pretty cool. I'm just saying.
This whole thing is ridiculously awesome. Buy it.
You said very excited.
Now it went up to $1 million, $45, $809.
You just sold somebody on it. Good job, Noah.
Good job.
Please hire me. There's 20 days left to go on this Kickstarter. It ends February 3rd. So go ahead and play Final Girl.
All right. Well, dang. Hey, look, it looks like it's got dice in it. So, I mean, as much as I, kind of try to stay away from horror, I mean,
yeah, there's dice and meeples. So that means that you can buy Brutal Dan's meeples, which are the same as these ones, except they have butts.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's very important.
We
support the thickness.
Yeah, gotta have butt touching.
Okay.
You can't just go, okay, you had a butt pillow on this stream earlier.
True.
I still want to know what that's for, man.
It's just a pillow. It's comfort. Okay. Sometimes you just want to lay down on something squishy, and sometimes regular pillows just don't do the job. Sometimes you need something a little bit more. Oh, I got another Kickstarter. Another Kickstarter to talk about. Oh, look, it's Collab. Collab, the relaunch. Collab is a dice placement dice worker placement, competitive mad science, tableau, and engine building game for 1 to 4 players. Okay, I'm super excited about this game because it has so many elements of games that I love. So, obviously, dice. It's got custom dice specifically made for Collab that you can use to upgrade. You collect resources, you move around on the board, and it's also got engine building. So you're upgrading your engine, you're using these minions and sending them out to collect resources for you based on the successes of your dice rolls. It's competitive, but it's also got an aspect of all this like collection, and you're deciding where to place your dice so that you know exactly which resources you're going to collect, where your minions can go, and upgrading all your resources and things like that. But you're also building cards. So if you get enough of these resources, you can use them to create like this Dr. Pete card that has this cool little this cute little furry purplish like devil horn cyclops creature that looks like a little pet, or like any of these like plant type creatures, or you can collect potions or trinkets and things like that. You're building your tableau and you collect points based on how you build out your area. So you can collect minions, all these cards that you're building. It's also got a solo game mode, so you can actually play it alone. And it gives a lot of versatility for when times are tough and you want to play a video game, but you want something out on the table in front of you. It looks really cool. I backed this because it has, like I said, like so many aspects of board games that I love, and I really love the art for it as well. Portal Dragon has made a couple of other games like Palm Island and Palm, I think, Town or something like that, that were pretty successful. These like card turning games, and this is one of their newest creations. And the meeples that come with it, they are unpainted, so you can kind of customize that as well. Not the meeples, rather the miniatures. But like,
never mind.
Yeah, sorry. But the artwork for it looks so cool. Like if you look at this game, it's like this giant hex where it's kind of minimalist space, so there's not like a ton of stuff going on. It's not as overwhelming to look at, but it's got this really, really cool table presence that I look for in games. So it looks really cool. You can check it out. I got the deluxe edition for $60, but you can pledge as little as $1 if you want to just do that add-on section. But they got a lot of really cool backer. What are they called? Bonuses, I think. I can't remember what they're called. Perks. There you go. Thank you. You can get a couple of their older games that they have made if you wanted to try out Palm Laboratory or Palm Island. You can also get neoprene mats and card sleeves, or their plushies. They've got one called the HP Lovekins plushie, which I can only assume is a Cthulhu-looking creature that's also a plush. You got art prints and access to the pledge manager. They've got a plenty of time for you to sign up if you still are on the fence. You got 24 days to check it out. Ends on Tuesday, February 8th. And if just one more little, sprinkle on top, they are featuring people of color on their box art. And this is really important to me. I know this is kind of like a minor detail, but I love that they did this because I swear every day I see a board game, it's always like big white dude on the front and a couple of supporting cast members that might be like, oh, look, a girl or whatever. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It caught my eye initially, and it made me look deeper into it. That's why I wanted to talk about it today.
Representation matters.
Yeah, representation matters.
It do. Also put butts on your meeples.
Butts also matter.
That's a really
representation.
That's a really interesting point. Maybe more people should, decorate their meeples with more.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
We support thickness. Is he in chat? But yeah, collabs looks pretty cool. I think you should check it out.
I'm excited to play it.
Oh, really? Great. So we're gonna do a board game night. Everybody's gonna come over and we're gonna play collab.
You are very much not in Chicago.
Yeah, sad.
And we can't currently play Tabletop Simulator for reasons.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out. Maybe
I'll just figure it out.
I'll set it up on my table. I'll get a big crane and like a camera to like look down at it, and we can all just play. We'll live stream it. It'll be great. I'll have everybody join.
Yeah.
With a name like Collab, I thought it was going to be like a co-op game, but it's like fully not. It's just a competitive.
We need more co-op games. Like I like the new Halo's out. It's not co-op. Like
damn.
That.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the co-op to come out for the new Halo. It makes me mad. Like sometimes I just want to play on my couch with my buddies. I just want to get together with a couple of friends. Forsake the will of the council.
Yeah.
Leak out our deepest, darkest secrets.
I love Halo. That's weird. They didn't put multiplayer in Halo?
No, there's multiplayer. You can kill each other.
Co-op,
you can't work together right now.
That's weird.
It's unfortunate. I feel like more games should be co-op.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Mortal Kombat should be co-op.
Mortal Kombat should be co-op.
let's fatality together.
Oh, I'd be in. Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm not very good at Mortal Kombat.
Couples together like joint head ripping off,
And with that, with your hands being ripped off, I say that is the end of the Kickstarters. I have put a crown on it, chop off all your hands, and while you're holding it together is the ultimate sign of how much you love each other, because rigor mortis, it keeps your hands together.
Isabella in chat talking wild brazy for somebody that ain't here right now.
Uh-oh.
I cut all the hands.
Starting it with Izzy even while she's not even here.
I mean, really, I've got the mic. I can say whatever I want about Timothy Chalamet, and I win.
Well,
do not come after my pretty bird boy. There you go. I channeled it. All right, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Timothy Chalamet is the Charmeleon to Daniel Radcliffe's Charmander.
With the end of the Kickstarters, that also brings us to the end of this episode of TableTakes. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another one. I just wanted to re-announce that if you didn't know already, the streaming for Gen Con TV is coming to a hiatus point. We're going to be having just a couple more of these episodes left before we go off for maybe a year, maybe two. We'll see. If you guys want, we could start a petition. We'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
and we can try to get TableTakes to stay on the air, because I really want to keep
Let them know you want us, so we can say more wild, brazy things like Timothy Chalamet looks like Justin Bieber's Heartless.
No, I hate how accurate that sounds though. like no shade, but I see it. I can see it. That makes sense. Keep us on the air so we can say more, give more spicy takes, and we can give Isabella a chance to clap back.
Timothy Chalamet is the Roxas. The Justin Bieber Sora.
Please, be our patron. Just give us enough money so we can keep this going. I promise to give you your own section where we can talk about all of your latest.
It's just my Timothy Chalamet roasting period. Hell yeah! Support us.
All right, so yeah, that's gonna end the stream for now. But we'll see you guys next week, and tune in on Monday for Board Games with Brothers Murph, 6 p.m. And you can see This Game Gets Dicey on Wednesdays. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know when our next couple of episodes are coming back. And check out our Discord before that closes down too.
They're shutting us down, baby.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Noir, for joining us once again. And
thank you for having me.
Our lovely host Bonsai has been amazing as always. And who are we raiding today? Who can we raid? I actually don't know. We should have figured this out before. No, whoops. We'll find somebody to raid. Any suggestions in chat?
Go to G4. They're
G4.
on.
Oh my gosh, G4 is live. Okay.
Yeah,
I love G4. They were in their own or something. Yeah, G4
yeah.
TV should be out.
All right.
Table Story is also on. One Table Story.
Yeah. And don't y'all go in there wilding out. They've already been dealing with trolls. Be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
We're also gonna get slapped by the mods.
All right. Say goodbye.
Bye. Bye.